Are you struggling to build your personal brand on Instagram? I've helped many high-level clients like Russell Brunson, for example, gain hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram and make a very good income off their profile. Today, I'll reveal the only way you can organically grow your personal brand on Instagram in 2020. It's not loop giveaways, it's not engagement groups, it's not follow for follow, and it's not pretty pictures of your abs. This is most likely going to be the most instructional video you'll find on YouTube on this topic, so let's get into it. And if you're not already subscribed and if you haven't already liked the video, make sure you go ahead and do those two. Really helps us out. So grab your pen and paper and get ready to take some notes. Number one is you want to identify your target follower, who you're trying to reach. Literally write down the type of person you're going to reach. So many people don't grow an audience on Instagram because they don't know who they're trying to attract to their profile. If you don't know where you're aiming and who you're trying to reach and get in front of, you're not going to grow a following because you won't know how to position your content, how to position yourself, and it's all just going to become a mess. Who are they? Where are they from? What are they trying to learn? What are they struggling with? There's probably 4 things you can start off with when trying to write down your ideal follower. Once you've got this sorted, the rest becomes considerably easier. And if you don't have that first part sorted, the rest of this won't be as effective. So make sure you nail down who you're trying to reach as your follower. Now, step number 2 is once you've identified the target follower that you're trying to get in front of, you need to create content that is going to attract that type of person. The way I look at content is it's like a magnet. The type of content you put out is going to reflect the type of followers that come to your account. Now, if you're a coach, you can go to a website like answerthepublic.com and put in a couple keywords in your niche, and within minutes have hundreds of potential content ideas of topics and questions that your target audience are searching for right there within a couple minutes, entirely free. Now, if you're a coach, expert, marketer, some form of entrepreneur, building that type of following, then teaching, explaining, and documenting are going to be the 3 types of content that you're going to want to target. Now that you've got your content ideas, you can go to websites like Canva or Photoshop and go about actually creating this content in a way that looks good for Instagram. Now, I'll leave a link below for my Canva tutorial. I'm not the best designer. I actually outsource all my stuff to someone on my team who creates all my visuals, and they do a way better job than me in way less time. So that's how I do it. But if you want to get started yourself, Canva and Photoshop are probably the main 2. Like I said, the content you put out is going to determine the followers that come to your account. If you put out content about weight loss, people trying to lose weight are going to follow you. If you put out tips around investing, people interested in investing are going to follow you. If you're just posting pictures of your abs, you're probably just going to get a bunch of girls who like abs, or on the contrast, if you're a girl posting pictures of your ass all day on Instagram, then chances are you're just going to get a bunch of horny dudes, because the content you put out will determine who is going to follow you. If someone comes to your profile and they're not interested in that content, they will not follow. And if they are interested in that content, they will. And if you put out a bunch of random content that doesn't really sort of serve anyone, no one will follow you. As mentioned before, some good formats to put this content into is videos, Instagram TV, infographics, carousels, those Twitter style posts, and that stuff there. Now, number 3 is your hashtag research. Boring, I know, but it does work. Assuming your content is good, and that is the main factor of how well you do on hashtags, is the quality of your content. And assuming you've got a good engaged audience, hashtags are an incredible way to grow your audience. Go to Flick, type in a few keywords, create a couple hashtag sets. It'll take you 10 minutes to get 2 to 3 targeted hashtag sets that you can cycle through on your Instagram account, which is just going to give you free reach. Even on my brand new account that I started at IG with Josh, which I'm growing to like 100,000 and documenting on this channel, make sure you check out that video. But with that account, even when I've got like hardly any followers on it, I'm still getting over 1,000 impressions from my hashtags on every single post. That's entirely free reach to grow your audience. Now, I don't want to drag this video here out too long, so if you want to learn how to use Flick, I've got a tutorial down below, as well as my affiliate link. So if you do choose to go for the 7-day trial, if you use that link, it will support the channel. Now, number 4 is post your content every single day. Now, there's a lot of debate around this. Some people say for personal brands to post, 3 or 4 times a week. Some people say once a week. There's a lot of varying opinions. But if you're able to post high quality content daily on Instagram, you definitely should. the more content you put out there, the more chance of new people finding you, because the more posts you've got out there, the more hashtags you'll be ranking on, the more opportunities there is for people to share your content, to tag your friends, to find you in the explore page, and so on. The more you post, the more chance people will find your account. And on top of this, Instagram love consistent content creators because that's what their platform needs. They need people consistently putting out content so people come back to the platform so they can display them ads. So if you're consistently putting out content, Instagram will eventually start rewarding your account. Now, the only reason that I would ever suggest posting less than once a day is if posting daily is going to decrease the quality of your content. If you have to choose between 4 amazing posts per week or 7 average ones, go for 4 amazing ones. Although best case scenario is go for 7 amazing ones. And I understand many of you starting out, maybe you're doing Instagram part-time, or maybe you're running your personal brand teaching something as a side hustle. Totally understandable. Maybe that means you have to start out with 3 to 4 pieces of content per week, and then as you start making a bit more money from Instagram, you may be able to invest into some form of designer to up your content to 7 times per week. But if you can get to that point, definitely do it. All right, step number 5 for growing your personal brand on Instagram. What you want to do here is find 10 people who already have your target audience and engage on their profile daily. Now that you've optimized your profile, you're putting out some good content, and you've got some great hashtags in each post, it's time to start actively growing your page. This is known as the comment strategy, and I guess it was made popular by Gary Vee, calling it the $80 strategy. You basically find 10 people with the audience you want, and you should know exactly who this audience is based off step 1 of this video. Ideally, these accounts that you're commenting on have at least 100,000 followers, and as mentioned, your target audience. You want to then turn on post notifications, and each time they post, you want to comment on their posts, you want to reply to the people commenting on their posts, especially if the creator isn't. Often you'll find when people get a bit of a following, they stop replying to comments, which is a massive mistake. And when they do that, that gives you the perfect opportunity to come in, reply to all the comments on the post, and then some of those people will come across and follow you. It's not some growth hack that's going to get you a massive amount of followers overnight, but it will get you a few engaged followers every single day, which compounds, especially when those people start loving your content, start tagging their friends, start sharing it to their story, potentially become customers of yours. Now, number 6 is use your analytics. One of the most underrated growth strategies on Instagram is just looking at your analytics and making changes based on what is and isn't working. Go to your Instagram analytics, look what's performing well, and write down a few notes. Then go back and look what's not performing well and write down a few notes on why. And then when you're creating content, have that in mind. If you're noticing your Instagram TV videos are doing better than regular video, try and make most of your video content into Instagram TV. If you're noticing certain post styles are getting more engagement than others, or certain topics that you're talking about inside of these posts are doing better than others, focus more on that. It's pretty straightforward, and yeah, just do more of what's working. Number 7 is when you start making money on your Instagram is to reinvest that money. My best advice would be to reinvest 100% of what you make from Instagram back into growing your profile more until you get at least 10,000 followers, because if you've got 10,000 engaged active followers, you can grow organically pretty quickly, especially if you're following everything I've talked about earlier in this video, posting daily, putting out good content, and doing your hashtags right. 10,000 followers, you can grow organically pretty well. And this way, by reinvesting everything, you can get to that point way faster, which means you can get to a point where you've got daily organic leads coming in every single day just by posting content. And that's the point you want to get to as fast as possible. So the 4 things that I would be reinvesting into is 1, influencers, finding people with your target audience and pay them to post your content. Number 2 is Facebook ads. Use Facebook ads and Facebook retargeting ads to grow your audience and reinvest a little bit back into doing so. Number 3 would be a content creator. As mentioned earlier in the video, if you're not able to put out 7 pieces of quality content per day because for whatever reason, consider hiring a content creator that can help you do so, just so you can grow faster. And number 4 is better education to upskill yourself on Instagram and get more results. And that's pretty much the 7-step process to growing your personal brand on Instagram in 2020. It's tried, it's proven. It might not be sexy, but it damn well works. Understand your audience, create content that they value, post daily if possible, set up hashtags that you can rank on, apply the comment strategy, use analytics to double down on what's working, and then reinvest into influencers, ads, content, and better education. Anyway, that wraps up this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this twice a week as well. Make sure you like the video, comment down any questions or any feedback you have, and I will see you all in the next video sometime soon.